Hello, this is a tutorial on creating a map. And so our first part, we will open up QGIS. And as QGIS opens up, just a reminder that it periodically may update the program, and that means they sometimes may move things around where they are slightly. And so you may have to look for where things are. Okay, so let me move my screen a little bit here. There I am. Okay, and let's move our screen up just a tad so we can see what we're looking at here. All right, so we've got QGIS, and in the tutorial instructions, you are asked to first download. You're supposed to go to this Natural Earth download kit, and you can just click on that, and it will download to your downloads folder, usually, unless you've got it preset to download somewhere else. And so that's where it's going to go. Okay. After that, once you get it into a folder, you need to choose a folder where you're going to do it. So this has it set to go to the download folder of this individual here. If it were me, I would go to your computer down here, and I'm going to just move this real quick so I can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Alright, so under this PC, if you've got a PC computer, you should have a Windows drive. And I would create a folder for you there and just call it GIS. Okay, and I've already got a GIS folder up here, so, and that's where it's at. And then when you download it, it's going to go into your downloads folder, right? I would just, here it is, I would just copy it and go back to your GIS folder, which is, again, it's in your C drive if you made it, and there's GIS, opened it up, and then just paste it here. Okay, so you can right click and click paste, and there it is. So it did it again. Now, the other thing that you need to note is that it's got this little zipper symbol on it. That means it's a compressed file, and you need to uncompress that file. So you can right click and right click your mouse button and then click extract all, and this pop-up will come open. You're going to make sure again that it has the location is C:\gis. Okay, that's the location, and then this is the file name, and then you're going to click extract. Now that'll only work, that location will only work if you made the folder as I did just a minute ago. Now, depending on where you're at, like if you're on someone else's computer, you're not going to want to put it in that location. You're going to want to put it in a location like a thumb drive. I thought I had one here. Here, thumb drive. If you've got one of those, you need to find and put it in that folder instead of in the C drive. So, alright, so now that that's done, I've got the files where I need them. I'm going to close those out and go back to QGIS. And QGIS, again, we're right here. Now, just to get you a little oriented, QGIS We've got some of the things that we're going to use along type, often like open folder, save, new project. Those are going to be things we're going to be using. We'll also use these zoom things over here. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to find the location of those files. So I put it in the C drive, so I'm going to click on the C drive, and there's my GIS folder. And you can see I put it in here more than once, so that's why it's got a little 1 by it here. So I'm just going to use this. I'm going to use these toggle buttons. These little arrows here, these are called toggle buttons. So if you hear me refer to a toggle button, that is what I'm talking about. Just turns things on and off. And I am going to click on this a few times until I see this. So I went from my GIS to Natural Earth Quick Start, and now I've clicked on Packages and then Natural Earth Quick Start again, and you can see this. Now if you go to the instructions, the instructions tell you to click on the natural earth, and you can double click on that if you wish, or you can do what I like to do. I like to click on it and then drag it into this work area here and then release it. And so what you're going to see here is that that information that is tied to it is going to pop up. Now if you get this handle unavailable layers, that's alright. Just click Apply Changes and keep layers. Okay. Alright, and so what you're going to see is a bunch of stuff here. Now, if you get a little warning bar up here, that's alright. What you can do is, now sometimes that warning bar is important, but for the purposes of this lab, we're just going to click on that little X right there. Till all these warnings go away. Alright, okay. Alright, so on your computer, these may look like a weird language, like Russian or something like that. And so it could look like this, like in the instructions. Might look kind of weird. I'm not sure if that's Russian or Greek or whatever that is, but it's another language. And so what we're going to do now is make sure you're in the right language. And so what you can do is go up here to Project, and you're going to go to Properties, take a second to load, and here it is. Properties. So it'll look a little bit different than what's on the lab, because they've changed it with a new update. And so what we got to do is make sure we have English. And so if you're up here on General, you click on General, or you can go down here to Variables, okay, and you see here on Project, we go down here to Project Language. I'm going to move this over just a tad so you can see that. Project Language, and you can see Name English. If it's something else, then you can erase that and enter that in right there. Just click it in there. There is another way to do that. I'm going to click OK and go back up to General, and you can see source language is English on General, and then down here. So with that information, we can click OK, and we can move on to step 4 in your just so you get used to doing this, I'm using the little roller bar on my mouse to go in and out. I'm just moving it in and out. It's a little confusing, but you can kind of see it's doing those things. Why isn't it showing all the same cities and stuff? Well, that's because over here I've got a whole bunch of information I could have in my map, and some things are toggled on and some things are toggled off, and it is okay if you're not showing everything, because but feel free. I mean, you can see what happens when I click on coastline. You can see the coastline here. Watch what happens when I click on it. You can see some outlining comes up. Okay, so that's what's going on there. And let's see. See, these are just different sizes. We're going to play with these later a little bit. So if I click on those toggling, you can see different things, different sets of information pop up. So if I click on that, look what happened. Something went away, something comes back. When I toggle on those, and you can click those little toggle buttons to expand those and to look at different things. Okay, all right, so we have started our first part of this video, and hopefully you have made some progress on just getting into ArcGIS. So we're going to move, in the next video, we're going to move on to creating a map of Japan. Okay.